Well, alrighty then. Mike Vendetta here, and we have Heidi & Cunning Gold Prospecting, Black Hills, South Dakota, and Stanislaus Gold and Silver Paydirt bags. We're gonna hit it through a couple classifications. We've got a 10 mesh and a 20 mesh. We're gonna pan them out, see what we've got for silver and gold, and let you know what we find. So enjoy some music. The first bag we're gonna start is this Stanislaus, and we are gonna get that in time lapse and pull out all the goodies. So hope you enjoy. Alrighty, well, we have all the oversized material right here in this tub. We have all of our silver right here. Really nice looking stuff. Some of it is that burnt looking stuff like we saw out of that last bag where we thought it was gold, but it was actually like cooked silver. Someone in the comments said that the dirt was dried in the oven, which makes a lot of sense, but I would never recommend doing that just because it tarnishes it. It kind of makes it look funny. But we're gonna get this in the little eagle claw. Saw a bunch of little fine gold. So we're gonna claw it out and see what we've got. This claw really liked how it worked for that really fine gold, so that's why we're using it again. It lets the really light stuff just come on out, and it has some really deep riffles in the front of the big side that I'm using right now to stop anything that's heavy from going over. Just keep it underwater, shake it back down, tip it up, and just kind of shake it back and forth. And you could pretty much hold it perpendicular to the water, the riffles anyways. And it works really good like that. Let's see if I can zoom in. If you guys can see the gold's way up there, just sticking. And it's the same stuff we've been seeing in all the other, sorry, that's probably making some people sick. That's the same stuff we've been seeing on all the other bags, is this really, really fine gold. Nothing really quite larger than that. So I'm gonna keep panning it down, zoom you guys back out. Let's see what we can get out of this. But as you can see, the stuff in the back kind of just stays still, and the stuff in the front just comes right on off. And then when you get to the point where like nothing's coming off anymore, switch sides. And you can see all that really, really fine gold just hanging out in the top, right? This bag's cost was $35, along with the Black Hills, South Dakota bag. Same cost. I would only assume that the precious metal weights in the bags are the same, but they could be different. I mean, every bag's been a little bit different here. Our ROIs have been vastly different from bag to bag. And I'm gonna actually rerun all this because I can see some of the really fine stuff is coming off the sides here. So I will give it its due. Oh, it's justice. I see a little tiny piece of silver. So I'm gonna, sorry about the trash pickup noises. It's really loud. There's one piece, and then there's one more piece of silver. You know, I was kind of doing some thinking on this bag, and while I was picking out that silver, which was pretty fun, being able to do that. You know, one of the things is like, you know, I got an email about, you know, these bags, and, you know, the goal was to be fun, not focused on ROI, right? So, yeah, no, I totally agree, but, and some, you know, this has been pretty fun. And there's actually quite a bit of gold. I'm kind of surprised. But you know, part of it's fun is being able to go in there with some tools and pick out some of this bigger stuff if possible. You know, and some of the 1 gram bags and stuff like that. And that's just not there. So, you know, overall this bag is probably one of the more fun ones that I've been able to do, because you can like see these big chunky pieces of silver. There's some gold in it. Get to classify it. This dirt's not like the hardest in the world, but it's, you know, not gonna make me pull my hairs out. And that's good enough for me to get it snuffed up to put in a pan to dry while we do the other one. But there's a good old showing of gold. Let's get that in the sunlight here. Yeah, that looks like pretty good. I like it. So we'll get that starting the drying process. Focus there. There we go. That looks pretty good. Looks like it might have some good weight to it. So we will get that drying and start the next bag. That one was pretty fun. Alrighty, well, we got 1/10 of a gram out of gold out of that first bag, and all this silver right here. We'll get a weight up of the silver here. Now it's time for the Black Hills, South Dakota bag. Again, this was $35. And we're gonna classify it just the same. All right, so let's get the music on, and we'll start picking all that silver out. Well, it's time for the Black Hills edition of the silver and gold pay dirt from Across the Pond Paydyrts. And we got 1/10 of a gram of gold out of that last bag. Get all that good little mud out of here. Dirt's completely different. There's a ton of mica in this stuff. The other one had goldish colored mica. This is all silver looking mica. I think we got more silver in that first bag, maybe. Just from the looks of it. I haven't weighed the silver yet. We'll do the silver tally at the very end. And right now we're gonna do the South Dakota Black Hills dirt and get the gold out of here. It's very muddy, and from what I remember, there's also a lot of quartz in here too. And very little black sand, if I recall correctly. So we're gonna go really slow with this stuff here. And unfortunately, I can't get to the Wolverine Madness this month just because I've just been a little too busy out and about. So my bad on that. We'll have to save that for another time, or just wait for review on that or something to let everyone know what's going on with that dirt. But we're heading towards Merry Kleshmas, and we're also going to be doing some product reviews next month. We've got our big Patreon giveaway for November, and Christmas here coming up. So it's going to be a lot of fun. The end of the year here. Looking forward to 2022. This year has just flown by. And we've had a lot of fun. Gone to Indiana. We've gone to Georgia. Gone all over Arizona. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, I did clean out the dirt, go through the tailings. That is right over there. And we found a little tiny bit of gold and a little tiny bit of silver. And I think that's probably what was put in there as a 10th, since it was pretty much right on the money in that last bag. There was a little bit more than a 10th, and that might have been a little bit of black sands or something I didn't get out of there. But yeah, I think I'm getting ready to flip this. I do see some silver here at the bottom of this. Give me a little bit there. And it's very muddy and silty. It's still raining down from the top of the eagle claw there. Not seeing any gold yet. But again, we will go through the tailings of this before we weigh up the gold. We always do. And I'm getting ready to set up a new sluice. And I've had mixed reviews about what people's thoughts were going to be about it. And I'm kind of interested to see how it's going to work. So I'm going to get that set up here this afternoon. And if you are a Patreon of ours, I might just live stream it exclusively for y'all. So if you're not a Patreon, go check out our Patreon page. I think the lowest tier is like $5 to be a channel supporter. And it really does help with these videos and all the equipment and outings and things that we do. So I appreciate y'all sticking around. Here we go. Starting to see some shiny here. Oops, sorry. Sorry about that. Oh man, yeah, that's the super fine stuff once again. No black sands, which is nice. Maybe we'll avoid another visit to the doctor with the relief from this bag here. Dr. Bill was good to us, though, wasn't he? I do like this eagle claw, I will say. At first, I really wasn't a big fan, to be honest. Did not like it at all. But the more and more you use it and get familiar with how to use it, it's actually a very good instrument. I have the production model, which I've never actually... Have I used that? I don't think I've ever used it, but I should take that up to Lynx Creek and just spend a whole day using that thing and see what I can do. Because apparently you can move like a bucket of material in like 5 to 10 minutes, which is amazing. Wow, this is getting it super duper clean. I'm just trying not to let the gold's not moving at all. The silver is what's I'm trying to avoid getting out. Okay, that's good. So it looked like a lot more gold in the pan for the first go around. I don't know if that's just due to the size of the eagle claw, making it seem like there's a lot more gold than 1/10 of a gram. It just looks like a lot of gold, doesn't it? And usually this really light stuff is deceivingly heavy, but not in this case. There we go. Oh! So a little piece of silver. Come on out. Get that over here. And that'll be good enough to get a final cleanup. And dump this all here in the pan. I'll separate out all the little silver pieces and let it dry up. We'll get a weight on it and our final thoughts. And we are going to give you our final ROI in this episode of the Heidi and Conan Across the Paydyrts, or excuse me, Across the Pond Paydyrts for the month of November. Thanksgiving. All right, well, we ended up that series with about a 51% ROI overall. We spent $359. We got $182.90 back in gold. Catch you guys on the next one.